There's a surprising connection between clutter and scarcity. Most people think that clutter is an organization problem. I don't. I think that clutter is often a mindset problem, masquerading as an organization problem. Because if clutter were really about bins and baskets and organization storage containers, then buying more storage would solve it. And yet, most people who struggle with clutter, they continue to struggle with clutter no matter how many organizing products that they have or that they buy. Because it's not so much about being disorganized, it's often about holding on to things that no longer serve you or not having a system to steward the things that do. So let's get into it. Clutter is often the physical manifestation of scarcity, fear, indecision, and ultimately poor stewardship. Now, I know this might be a hot take, so I want you to just hear me out. The opposite of clutter is not organization. The opposite of clutter is actually trust. Let's get into these points, okay? Point number one, clutter makes gratitude difficult. If you cannot appreciate what you have because you can't see it, that lowers your gratitude and increases your cortisol, increases your anxiety, increases your overwhelm, and makes things feel a lot heavier than they should feel because you're constantly scrambling to find the things that you own instead of being able to easily find, access, and use the things that are important to you. You cannot enjoy things when they are buried under other things. When we own too much of it becomes invisible. We lose track of it, and it's too hard to know what we really have, which then usually leads to having more than we need. So, what's one question we can ask today? What is one thing that you have lost gratitude for that you own? The second talking point I want to address is stress. Every single pile that you have around or thing that you have stacked in some space, it represents a pile of unfinished decisions. Every overflowing drawer requires mental energy. Every overstuffed closet creates friction. Visual noise creates mental noise. So many people think that they're stressed because they have too much to do, or they're stressed because they can't find what they have, or they don't think that they have enough. But sometimes people are just stressed because their environment is constantly demanding their attention. Point number three, clutter is often rooted in fear. Now, this might be a little controversial, but again, I just want you to hear me out because if you think about it, it makes a lot of sense. Often when we keep things that no longer serve us, whether they're broken or damaged somehow or just, don't really fit our lives anymore, we think, well, what if I need it again? What if I regret getting rid of it? What if I can't replace it? What if I end up not having enough? Usually those things are not about the stuff. Clutter is not usually about the items. Clutter is often attached to the fear attached to the item. Number four, abundance looks different. Abundance says, I have enough. I'm enough. I can get what I need when I need it. Now, I'm not talking about just letting go of things for the sake of letting go of things. I'm saying being a good steward and really looking at what you have and determining whether or not you actually need it. I don't need to hold on to everything just in case. This is the mindset of abundance, okay? We have what we need. Most of us have more than we need. Even if we have very little, most of us have way more than we actually need. When you have backstock on backstock or additional multiples of things or just a lot of stuff, that means you have too many things. Abundance is not about having more. It's about trusting more. Point number five, less actually creates freedom. This is kind of counterintuitive, but less means less maintenance, less time messing with stuff, less time cleaning things, less time keeping track of stuff, less overwhelm, less visual noise, less mental clutter, less decision fatigue. When you have less, you actually get more margin, freedom, because you're not having to mess with all that stuff. It allows more space in your life, provides more clarity for what's actually important, what you really need, what you really don't need, appreciation for the things that actually serve you and add value to your life, make your life easier, right? When you're looking at a room that's cluttered or a closet that's cluttered, you really can't appreciate it because it feels like there's too much there. But when you can see what you have and you know what you have works for you, it makes it really easy to appreciate those things and really, really easy to actually enjoy having them. Less is valuable because it creates space for what matters most. So here's our closing thought, okay? The goal isn't to own nothing. I'm a minimalist by heart. I purge all the time. I only keep what's really important to me because I value the things I just talked about. The goal is to own intentionally, to own things that actually bring value and that create a better life for you. Because when we're constantly holding on to things out of fear, we end up creating environments that reflect scarcity instead of abundance. So, what is one thing that you're holding on to that no longer serves a purpose in your life? Think about that thing, assess why you're doing that, where that comes from, and see if you really are ready to let it go. I'm Kara Beth, and this is Wild About Interiors, where we explore how our environments shape our daily lives and how thoughtful spaces create more freedom, clarity, and peace. I'll see you in the next one.